Many of the annual events in Dufferin were canceled this year due to COVID, and this has caused many of their hosts and supporters to question if they are viable in the future. At the same time, some have been able to pivot their events to an online format, and we have a story that shows how it is possible to stay on course and generate even more interest than before, hoping to ensure future viability. Hi, this is Josh McEwen here with Dufferin News, and today we're here to talk about the virtual multicultural event in Shelburne that has been taking place in August, which is being held in place of the Multicultural Day that takes place in May. Now, the host of this event is Althea Casamento, who was kind enough to provide their time to give us more information about the multicultural event and our community. Althea explains the importance of this event, how it originated, and its impact on our community, and also the people supporting it. To find out more and stay up to date with news on the Shelburne's multicultural event, check out the website on the screen or the Facebook group Shelburne Multicultural Event. Big thanks to Althea for speaking with me about this, and I hope you'll learn as much as I did. Oh yeah, I didn't realize my camera was off for the first half of this interview, so just a heads up, when you see my face all of a sudden appear on the screen, don't be freaked out. Anyways, thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy the segment of Dufferin News. Thanks. Hi, it's Josh McEwen here with Dufferin News, and today we are talking about Shelburne's Virtual Multicultural Day for 2020. And to discuss this properly, I'm lucky enough to be joined by Althea Casamento, the host of the event. Hi, Althea. Thank you so much for your time and for allowing us to get more insights into this. How are you doing today?
Hi, Josh. I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you, and I appreciate your time with this. So can you please explain to us what the 2020 Virtual Multicultural Day is and when it takes place and your involvement with it?
Sure. So the original 2020 Multicultural Day was an in-person event, and it was scheduled for May 4th. Now, due to COVID, I had to actually cancel the in-person event. And, I thought, instead of missing it this year, and also due to everything that's happening, it'd be just great to have something that is virtual where we can still celebrate and come together and just learn about each other's cultures, learn about each other, and kind of strengthen what we have. And again, because COVID has brought the separation, and we have to abide by social distancing and physical distancing. I thought that this was a perfect opportunity for everyone to come together on a great platform.
I think that makes complete sense. I mean, that's awesome, because I mean, you have seen to a certain extent a lot of people come together during all of this, and it's great.
Yes.
And it's great that you're helping provide a platform for people to help explore this even further.
You know what? For me, honestly, I was really excited about it, and I was a little bit bummed that I had to change it from in person. But you know what? Things happen, and we're all facing this together. But I was really, really excited about starting to see people's presentations and arts and things that they have been doing with their time. So for me, it meant so much. And I have had people reach out and tell me, oh my goodness, I really like what I saw today, and I didn't know this about this culture, or I didn't know this about this recipe. Oh, I'd like to try this. And you can see also by the commentary on the Facebook group, a lot of people have been kind of reading it and making comments about it. So I'm really happy with the impact it has had on our community.
That's awesome. I can definitely relate. I mean, I was checking the group yesterday, and I saw some delicious dishes in there that I would definitely like to try. They looked awesome and so great.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to try some of them myself. I'm going to try making them. They do look amazing.
Oh, they do. They do. So there was one that was it was a goat curry. I think it was pretty, it looked really good.
Yeah, it did.
That's all. And then so many people will be able to explore that, like you were saying, and come together and try these different things. And again, so a lot of us have time to do that now. So
exactly. And you know what? The Multicultural Day, the original, when I first started the Multicultural Day in 2018, the original message behind it was to include an entire community. It first started out with Shelburne and to bridge whatever gap there was and to make it an inclusive community and bring us together by celebrating and learning about each other. And it was the intent of it was diversity, looking at our diversity and inclusion, and whatever underlying, because lack of knowledge or whatever the case may be, the Multicultural Day was designed to help with that. So I'm glad that it has, fulfilled what it was designed to do and be more, be a celebration and be kind of this year a new platform for what we're going through.
Exactly. And I mean, you can kind of see how that's manifested itself like in just the way Shelburne is operating now. I mean, it seems to me like, just from my observation, I mean, I don't know if it's fact, but it seems like there's a big effort to push multiculturalism and combat like racism and things like that, like and promote diversity. Like, it seems like that is really important in the town of Shelburne when you compare it to a lot of other municipalities. I mean, I know there's a certain size of Shelburne, so you can have that, but I mean, still, like, it's amazing to me. Like, it's so great to see.
It is. It's absolutely amazing. I, for one, I'm so happy about it. I'm so happy that we have community leaders and people in this community who value all of this and who value people and wanting to know more, wanting to break those barriers, wanting to make it an inclusive and safe environment. I love being a part of this community. And this is the type of stuff that makes me feel happy about the choice to come to Shelburne. And I hope others can see it when they're looking to maybe move from Brampton or Mississauga and looking into Shelburne and can see, okay, hey, you know what? I really like this about this community, or I feel that I would be a good fit for this community and I can come.
Definitely does seem like more of the more welcoming communities in the county. Like, it definitely does seem that way. Because I mean, I went to high school in Shelburne. I mean, it's definitely changed a lot. I mean, just in that short, like in the last 10 years or so, it's really impressive.
Nice. And you know what? The Multicultural Day started with just Shelburne, but in 2018, I worked with the local library, the Shelburne Library, and we had the downstairs room, and it was, I'd say 50 to 100 people, and came out. And second year, 2019, I again worked with the library, and then the amount of people that wanted to participate and join the Multicultural Day increased dramatically. So I actually had to talk to the high school and rent out the cafeteria in the high school to accommodate. So I was really happy with the increase. And not only was it Shelburne residents, but it now encompasses, or 2019 encompassed all of Dufferin County.
Awesome.
And it's just been growing this year. And I was completely shocked, but loving it, absolutely loving it. I had people from Brampton, I had people from Mississauga comment on it and wanted to join, people from all over. And again, this was the design of the Multicultural Day, to bring together. And I'm so excited that it did exactly what it was meant to do. I'm really honestly pleased with it. And I'm really, really happy that people are reading and wanting to join and understanding the importance of it.
Definitely. Because I mean, like, there are a lot of people that have lost track of their way during all of this, and it's amazing to see how that you pivoted and it's grown. Like, it's amazing. It's great to see.
Yeah, I work in social services. I'm the director for choices in Orangeville that caters for all of Dufferin County. So I see firsthand how mental health has, the deterioration of mental health through this COVID-19. And I get to talk to quite a bit of people and understand where they are and how it has impacted them, and again through the things that I do in the community. So I'm glad that this is something that's positive, that people are looking forward to, and it's a brighter note.
Oh, that's great. I mean, just given your profession too, to have you behind a day like this, that's That's awesome. Like that's so great. Because I mean, you are about bringing people together and understanding people and helping them. So I mean, that's awesome. So are there any other parties or people supporting or helping organize this event?
I'm the organizer, but I'm so happy to have the support of Deputy Mayor Anderson. We have been working together since the start of the Multicultural Day in 2018. And I am really pleased with the number of businesses who decided to sponsor the event. You know, it's increased from 2018. Dufferin Auto Center, Steve Bowes, was the very first business who invested in the Multicultural Day. And he still to this day is an investor. So, and I'm so pleased with it. And this year we had Flato Development, we had Fieldgate, Cannabis, CLD, MOD, Museum of Dufferin County is MOD, and again, Auto Center, Steve Bowes, and TD Shelburne. So I am honestly really thankful that the business have sponsored the event and see the value of the event and the value for our community.
Wow. Well, that's awesome. I mean, business sponsorships too. That's great to hear about, because I mean that really does really show that there is real support for this in the community.
Absolutely. I actually Kyle Seaback is a supporter of the event, and MPP Sylvia Jones is a supporter of the event. Actually, she's supported it since 2018 as well.
Wow, that is awesome. That means, okay, then that is great to see, because I mean, you're seeing leadership at all levels then come out and support this.
Yes, exactly. It's really exciting when your leaders are there supporting you, and they see the value, and they're with you in your thoughts and your visions of where you wanted to go with this. And like I said, when I started the Multicultural Day, it was started because I moved from Brampton, and when I moved here, it was a huge culture shock. And I learned from many other families that moved here as well that it was a huge culture shock for them too. My kids going to Glenbrook again. My kids are a mixed race, so other people found it a little bit difficult to understand. And then I'm from my background is I'm from the Caribbean. I'm Guyanese, so a lot of people didn't understand it as well. So the Multicultural Day, it kind of stemmed from there, so that people could understand different cultures and understand, that it should be celebrated instead of, getting a negative vibe. Well, I don't understand it, so I'm not going to accept it. And that's where the Multicultural Day stemmed from. And I'm happy that, it's, again, doing its job.
Exactly. I mean, that's really like kind of the best way to get into it too. Like, it's just learning more. That's what you got to do, is just learn a bit more, and you'll find something that you appreciate. I can pretty much guarantee it.
Absolutely. And I'm one of those people. I've always loved culture. I've always loved knowing different foods, different everything. I come from a very multicultural family. So for me, it's the norm.
See, I mean, that's great, because you're helping bring that to community. Because I mean, I can attest, just growing up here my entire life, that is lacking a little bit. I mean, there's been some drastic improvements, again, especially over the last 10 years or so. But it's great. Again, it's such great progress. I mean, thank you so much for helping support that. It's awesome.
No problem.
Well, so I want to make it clear. How does one participate in view submissions for the 2020 virtual Multicultural Day for Shelburne?
So the event is from August 1st until August 31st, and you can actually submit at any point in time. You can submit art, craft, food, any event, any cultural event, anything like that. And if you go to the website or the Shelburne Multicultural Day group, on the top, it just says my email address, and it says, it states you would need to give me the title of the craft, art, food event, and just a little brief description of it and the culture. That way I post that along with your pictures or your videos. And to keep up to date on it, the website is up to date and the Facebook group is up to date.
Awesome. Awesome. And I'll make sure to grab that off you, and I'll make sure to put it on the screen so everyone can see.
Awesome.
I'll make it easy for them. Thank you so much. I appreciate this.
No problem.
So I think you've kind of mentioned this, but I want to make sure it's clear. Has there always been a virtual component for the Multicultural Day?
In a sense, it hasn't been to this this capacity, but the Multicultural Day in 2018, when I started it, a website was started as well, and the Facebook group was started. But it was posted, pictures were posted after the event, and leading up to the event, we had sponsors that were posted and just information about the event. But this year, the change is it's all is virtual. So all of the performances are submitted, all of the information is submitted, everything is virtual.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, that makes complete sense. I mean, now like you mentioned, like more people are able to get involved now, which is great.
Yeah. The only thing I was not able to do this year, which the in-person had, was local businesses, cultural businesses bought tables so that they can showcase what was available to the community, and future businesses, so businesses from out of area who were thinking of opening in Shelburne could also participate, and they bought vendor booths so they can showcase. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to showcase that in the virtual for this year, but it is my intent, hoping that COVID goes away next year, to have in person, because the experience in person is so different from the experience virtual. I am in person. I like to touch the different fabrics. I like to actually see the event. It's so personal, and even though virtual is great and it's a way to celebrate, for me it's in person.
It definitely increases accessibility, but I know what you're saying, like to be able to smell the food and
Yes.
see the dances in person, like all the different things, like, because I'm seeing dance submissions too, like cultural dances, I think too.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. So,
I got to tell you, last year I was up there trying to dance with it's great to see, and you just get, for me, I get lost in the moment, and I've had other people who participated or came out to see it say the same thing. What, I got lost in the moment. I wanted to dance there, and I thought I could do it, and even the poetry was great. I was really feeling what she had to say, and it resonated with me, and I could think of one part in my life when she's talking about this. So those experiences are so authentic, you can't get rid of it. You just can't. That's what it's all about.
100%, exactly, and that's why you need to be there. Like that is definitely the advantage. I mean, we're losing some of that with COVID, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, it was my hopes that we still, with the virtual, I was hoping that, and for the most part, it's been there. I've had people still say to me, what, I really like that. I wish I could smell it, but you know what, I'm gonna make it, so I'm gonna smell it.
It might even give you more motivation to actually do it now, especially since you have the time.
Yeah, so I've said to those people who have reached out, hey, when you make it, if you want to share those pictures, share them. I would love to see it. I would love it. Or if you want to attempt artwork, or if you want to attempt to dance, or whatever you would like to do. That's what it's all about. I'm learning it. I want to see it. I want to experience it.
Exactly, and it brings people together, and again, like it helps just help people understand, and again, just be more inclusive and just expanding your horizons and things like that.
Yeah, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. And then for our youth in the community, again, that was what it was designed for too, is so that they are feeling included. They are feeling like they're part of the community, and they're in turn also understanding about their culture and their friends' culture and all of it. And there's no that barrier that you have when you're coming into a new community and you're trying to find your place. You
Yeah.
know, I'm hoping that this will provide some sort of support so they don't feel alone and they don't feel like they have to forget who they are just to belong.
Exactly. There's too much pressure to fit in and you lose who you are.
Exactly. I wouldn't want that for them. You know, I have my kids, like I said, my kids are teeny tiny little guys, and you know, it's when they're not included or they're, you know, asking me questions about who they are. This is a perfect, you know, I like that they have this and they can learn it and they're part of this.
And they get to include other people in it too, right? Like that's
And they're so proud. I remember the first year and my daughter said, "Mommy, look, my friend is, you know, from this place and this place, and we learned that we like this to eat, or we like this color, or we like this." And my son was the same thing. "Oh, you know, we made a totem pole today and I was so excited and I learned this. So I made a bird and my friend helped me with a bird," and they were over the moon about it. And you know, in 2018 and in 2019, I was so lucky to be able to go into the schools and, you know, work with the children on creating their art. And it was amazing to see their faces and the experience that they, you know, what they took away from it. It was absolutely amazing. It makes all of this worth it and so much better. And it was exactly when I had it in my mind, part of what I wanted to do, but I never saw it to this extent where it's just so much more.
It is, and it's really like you can see that you are making a difference. Like these actions are making a difference in the community. Like again, Shelburne does stand out from the county when it comes to this stuff.
And it's not just me. This is a community effort. I might have started it, but this is a community effort. I've had, you know, from the start, I've had so many people who have said, "Hey, I really like this idea. How can I help?" And I have had help during the process of it. Like I said, you know, as Deputy Anderson was helping me, my friends, Althea Stevenson, Randy Narayan, Philip Dewar, you know, Lisa Post, all of those individuals have, you know, stepped up and participated in the Multicultural Day. You know, I've had various students come and help me. So there were so many different people. So it may have originated with my idea, but then execution and assistance is definitely community.
That's awesome. It's glad to hear that you're having so many different people from around the area and different ages too. Like this is great. Like that's awesome.
Hey, I met some wonderful people out of this event.
That does make it worth it too, on top of all the other fun stuff and great stuff you get to see and seeing the difference you're all making.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So do you think you'll continue to have a virtual component?
Yes. Again, the in-person is great, but I think what I will do is make sure that they're videotaped. And for anyone who wasn't able to make the day, they can still participate, they can still see it, they can still enjoy it. And, you know, anyone else who is maybe new to it and just kind of figuring out, well, do I want to go? Do I not want to go? Or what is this all about? Or comes across it, at least they can see.
Yeah, that's true. Because I mean, 100%. So you can take more advantage of it more than just the day. And I mean, again, you're seeing the response for the online anyway. So I mean, that provides way more opportunity and accessibility. That's awesome. So I think we're getting close to being finished here, but I want to say, what is the best way to keep up to date and learn more about Shelburne's Multicultural Day? Just to make sure it's clear.
I say the best way is through the website and through the Facebook group is awesome. The best way. Also, you can message me at any time, and I can anyone can message me at any time, and I can share the links or any information. And just, you know, another thing I had to say is this event was designed to be inclusive for everyone to participate, and I'm so happy that everyone literally is participating and, you know, making this a true multicultural event.
Awesome. That's so great to hear. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Althea, and I look forward to seeing more pictures of delicious food from the event.
So do I, actually. We every day so far is booked. There is a post for every day. It's fully booked.
That's That's awesome. I mean, again, it's so great to hear that there's such a terrific response to this. Like, and again, you are seeing the differences making just in the way that Shelburne handles itself. Like, it's awesome to see. It's so awesome to see. Again,
It
thank you
is.
so
It is.
much.
I'm honestly proud of my community. I am so proud of it, and I'm so proud that not only has it reached all of Dufferin County, but we have other people from other communities, and I never envisioned it to go this far, and I'm thrilled. Honestly, I'm thrilled. I am happy that at least it's touched somebody and made a difference.